Alright, hi there YouTube, it's me Morphsuit America, and in this video I'll be talking about the limited AC shop and the 8th year anniversary lottery shop. If you want to get right into it, you can look in the description for the time skip. However, I do want to address a couple of things. If you want to know what exactly is going on, I already made a video talking about what is to come over here in the Japanese PSO2. They updated the story. I think they just wrapped up episode 6 over here. The translations aren't out yet, but give it a couple hours. Depending on when I release this video and all that, you'll get the translations in due time. Another thing is we have a new scratch going on. You can look up the information. I will have a website to bump in the description so you can see what it has to offer. There's a bunch of decent stuff here and there. The accessories, I think the accessories are good because they have like some of the butterfly accessories, and then there's like the gas mask that you can get. And some other things that might catch your attention. They also got the jet boot lobby action? Yeah, the jet boot pose lobby action. Once again, you can find that information up on Bump. When it comes to the limited quest and the 8th year anniversary, it's gone. Like, if you didn't trade in your medals, if you didn't talk to the NPC, she's gone. So hopefully you were able to get what you needed to get, and hopefully you spent your medals and, you know, got a couple runs in when it comes to that event. If I go over to the quest counter, you'll see that the limited quest is gone too now. So when it comes to farming over here in the Japanese PSO2, it's back to going to divide quest and then doing some of the emergency quests that pops up every now and then. You can use the the feature quest, limited quest, the 4th option down here too. Get experience as well and do what you need to do. Get some badges as well, but other than that, yeah, it's gone. Hopefully you are able to also get your hands on at least one of the million weapons, because once again, I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. I was looking around trying to find it again. It's not in Zieg, it's not in the shops on the 2nd floor of the shop area. I even went to this NPC over here to see if she has it in the 2020 shop. She does not. Obviously with the weapon badge SP1, it's not going to be here because this is in reference to 2019. But yeah, other than that, I don't know where to get the million weapons now. Most likely they might add it into that 2020 shop at the end of this year when we get into 2021. However, we shall see. So before I go into the limited AC shop and explain some of these items and give my opinions about them, you would definitely want to get your hands on some of the recycle badges, or you want to get your hands on some of the AC items that might be a bit cheap, or it could be might be a bit cheaper than this cost over here. If you're able to find an AC scratch item that's below 1,512,000 Meseta, then you just saved a bit of Meseta. Like if you found an item that is an AC scratch and it only costs like 1 million, you just saved 500,000 right there. Just that note that a lot of people are going to try to do that as well, so it will depend on you ultimately if you want to go out of your way to try to find something that's a bit cheaper than this price here. Alright, so you're going to see my face. Yes, there was a cut, but I wanted to express myself and do a bunch of other things. When it comes to you getting access to the limited AC shop, along with the 8th year anniversary, you need to go to the Astral NPC. They are located right beneath Franca's Cafe. You gotta go to them and you can see those two shops and those two options. There will be an expiration date for them. Let me talk about the 8th anniversary Lotto exchange quick. I will also talk about why this is important. Just note that there's only one item you can get, and it's a bunch of Sage Crests. Now this is a 1-1 conversion, so if you have one Lotto ticket, you get one Sage Crest. If you have 980 of these 8th anniversary Lotto tickets, you can get 900. Did I say 980? Yeah, hopefully I said 980, but you get 980 of these, you can exchange them, you get 980 Sage Crests. This is very good if you farmed the limited quest. And let's say you didn't farm as much, you at least got 200. That is still good. You would definitely want to do this sort of exchange. I'm going to explain why this is important in a bit. Now, I'm going to quickly breeze through these items over here in the limited AC shop. That is quite quick, but I'm going to tell you right now, ignore the bottom half. Everything from the 45 below, you don't really need to worry about it. I can't really vouch for the crafting items like the merit value custom stuff. I can't say much about it. I'm not a crafter. If you want to put in your 2 cents and give your opinions about these items, then go ahead and do so. I know that you can get some of these particular items by doing crafting stuff and getting it from the title shop, but I don't know how good the 70% are. So, you know, if you're a crafter, you want to put your 2 cents, you can put it down in the description. But yeah, there's a bunch of pop items, some in the S class and some that are actual abilities. And then there's ability transfer passes in the divide meadows and covert meadows and stuff. So, once again, ignore the bottom half. Why? Because there's a bunch of ways to get Lambda Grinders. I already mentioned that in my previous video. I also mentioned that in my ARKS Weekly, or ARKS, why ARKS Missions are broken, because you can get Lambda Grinders if you do a bunch of your daily ARKS Missions. Now, I'm going over here so I can demonstrate some other points as well. For example, that 45%, I will tell you to ignore it, because if you're playing on the Japanese PSO2, there's a collection file over here. This is the you can only get one collection file from this because it can give you 14 stars and 15 stars. If you decide to pick up this collection file, guess what? They can give you these miscellaneous items, or these boost items for new type crafting and affixing and stuff, but the 45s can actually be farmed through these. You can get a 45 by doing this particular mission. That's how I got a bunch of 45s in my storage. So if you're actively playing the game and you're doing ultra hard difficulty, you will most likely fill up that gauge, and then you can get a 45 from those means. Now I'm gonna I will bring up divide quests, and once again I will make a video going into details about divide quests, because I'm starting to do a bunch of them. You can see that I'm on stage 16 to 20 with my pals. But the thing you want to go for is the 4th option. You want to click on that, check the information, and check on the weekly point reward. Now, you can accumulate up to 1 million points, and you will get a bunch of stuff here and there. When it comes to the modules, for example, you can sell... I don't know if you can sell these particular ones, but when it comes to the modules, I think you can. I don't know. I need to check that in a bit. But the thing is, these modules you'll need so you can get your divide weapon, but that's not the main point of me showing this stuff. When it comes to those divide medals you can get in the limited AC, you don't need to really do that sort of exchange, because you can try to farm it by doing divide quests. Once you hit a certain point level, you get a bunch of these, and this is per character, mind you. So if you got multiple characters, you can get a bunch of divide medals just by farming this. And you can also get divide medals to drop when you do this quest. Weapon farm tickets, you can get them by doing this as well. 150,000 points, guess what? You get 30 of these. If you do any other quests as well on ultra hard difficulty, this will be a drop. When it comes to the ultimate boosters, yes, you can get some over there in the AC shop, but guess what? You can get a bunch of these by farming this as well. If you get 250,000 points, you get at least 5 of these ultimate boosters. And this is once again per character per week. So some of these things you don't need to go for. The boosters, they're nice, but prioritize on the other important items from the shop. And yeah, the thing is, you can also buy mods. Actually, no, I shouldn't even be bringing this up in terms of the module stuff. What other items? Yeah, I already talked about Lambda Grinders and stuff. If I mentioned it, I don't know if I mentioned it, but there are video links in the description talking about some of these various things already covered. Alright, so ability transfer passes, I would say you would want to get these just because ability transfer passes are hard to get. It just depends on you if you are willing to trade in 10 AC scratch items for these. What else? Yeah, this is optional. The yellow hunting stones, if you don't know much about the particular weapon and the pass for these, then don't worry about it. This was the old Monster Hunter gimmick collab feature where you had like a 13 star, you can upgrade that into a 14 star by using these along with like some of the units as well. The grind cap +1 is nice to have because this helps you in terms of getting to a rarity. Let's say you don't have a bunch of these same weapons and you're stuck at a rarity of 30. Guess what? This can +1 that so you can get it to 31. You need at least 4 more of these so you can try to get it to 35. However, trading 30 AC scratch items for this item is a ripoff because you can easily buy the grind cap +1 over here. you'll see that this thing costs roughly around... Why the fuck did it decrease? Is it because... You can see that this thing costs 6 million. You can easily buy this and not trade in 30 million worth of Meseta for that AC scratch item. Because if you look over here, yes, it's 1,575,000 Meseta. I'm doing some quick math. I'm not being precise about it. Do 30 times 1, because you need 30 scratch items to do this exchange. And if you decide to use a recycle badge, it's roughly around 1,500,000. So 30 times 1, 30 mil. Do you really want to spend 30 mil when you can spend like 6 mil to get this item? Nah, it's a ripoff if you decide to do this. Once again, I don't know much about the crafting items. If you want to give your 2 cents to talk about it and state if this is good or bad, let me know. Cold metals, you farm those. You used to farm them by doing that Evangelion event, the collab. However, that's gone now, so the only way to get these as well would be through the Piper Disharmony Ultimate Quest. They were also doing an event where, what was it? It was on Ultra Hard Free Fuel Exploration where they drop a bunch of these as well. Once again, Divine Metals, don't need to worry about it. Now, these pop items, you will have to do a bit of research on, or like look in the market, because guess what? Some of these you can actually buy from the player market compared to getting it over here. I'm going to talk about these 2 lethos, for example. This should also hint at what I'm going to be emphasizing a lot on in a bit. So, let's say S1, the Letho, where are you? There's one over here. Letho Intent, guess what? This costs 8,505,000 Meseta. Do 20 times 1, that's 20 mil. You're spending 20 mil over in the AC shop when you can easily save up 20 mil, or roughly around like 13 mil, and just spend like a measly 8 million, 9 million by getting this thing over here. Now if I were to do Flowing Intent, no, wrong one. What's Flowing? So if we go over here, you see this item costs 9,450,000. Get around that to like at least 9 million. Well, 9,500,000 would be 500. Yeah, 9,500,000. But quick math, you know, 20 times 1, 20 mil. Do you really want to spend 20 mil to get that when you can get it in the player shop? Oh wait, I forgot to showcase that thing. So, yeah. Now, this particular ability I'm going to showcase is going to be the reverse. Because guess what? This is the add factor catalyst, the add factor catalyst, add reverie catalyst, omega memoria catalyst. Well, omega memoria add thingamabobber, then the ether soul. You can see that the factor catalyst costs roughly around like 20 mil. The reverie one will cost roughly around 63 mil. The omega one will roughly cost around 47 mil. And then the ether soul is going to cost roughly around 20 mil. Hopefully you can keep those numbers in mind, because we're going to do some quick math over here. I'm surprised that they actually decreased it to this low number, but hey, look, this is beneficial for you guys. Because guess what? With the, ether soul that's on the market, that add ability one, do 6 times 1 million. This thing costs 6 mil. Yes, you can only get one of these, but like, you know what? Take it. Get it. Factor catalyst, guess what? For one of these, it costs roughly around 6 mil. Do 6 times 4. 24. Do 24 times 1 mil. 24 mil. You're getting 4 of these for roughly around 24, 26 if we want to be exact in the quote-unquote 1 mil 500,000 Meseta shit. Yeah, no. The thing is, you're getting a lot of benefits just by buying this through the limited AC shop. And if you don't have like any scratch items, use this fucking recycle badges instead. You want to get these because these are pop items. These are fucking broken. These are to get a certain ability that can help you get more numbers. I will have to make a separate video emphasizing on these pop items because I don't think I emphasized it as much to show how good they are. But yeah, Reverie Catalyst, guess what? One of these fuckers costs like, I don't know, 60 mil? For one of these fuckers, it only costs 6 mil if you decide to use this option. These things are untradeable. I think. I will need to buy these in a bit to see if you can actually put these in the market. If it's untradeable, then that's good, but at the same time, you can actually get around this if you decide to finalize something and then put that on the market, and then you can get your profit worth. But yeah, you can get these easily, and it will save you a shit ton of money. Get these first. I don't care if you want to try to get a bunch of boosters and whatnot. Get these fuckers first, because this will help you in the long run, and this will at least give you the chance to get Ether Factor and Mana Reverie. Now, to combine them, that is a fucking different story, but, you know, you can use this for your weapon and our unit. Just get these. Get these out of all these other abilities. Now, the Senses abilities, they're nice, but they don't give you a lot in terms of the attack. Yes, it gives you a decent amount of PP compared to, like, some other stuff, but in terms of attack, it's like, it's not as high. Like, if I compared it to, like, a Doombreak 3, that thing has a lot more value compared to these three right here, because Doombreak can support all three of them. It gives plus 30, and then guess what? They can also give plus 4 PP. But this is a pop item. This is something you can consider as well. Just to make sure, though, let's see if that thing is on the market, and that will conclude my video talking about this stuff. Add ability, and let's see if they got, yeah, they do have these. Question is, how much are they? You can save a decent amount if you decide to get it through the AC limited recycle shop. There you go. But yeah, I'm gonna buy them right now to see if they are untradeable. I'm gonna go for these right here, because once again, these are the goodies, and I have been saving a bunch of these recycle badges. So I'm getting all 4 of these. I'm getting this one as well. Getting these. So now, if I really want to put this on a weapon, all I need to do is try to get, like, what is it? Ray Weapon, Union Weapon to 8 slot, have it at plus 35, and bam, I can get Astral Soul, Mana Rev, and Ether Factor, if I play my cards right. So yeah, let's stare at those pop items. Where are you? Yeah, you can see these are untradeable. But it does not stop you from putting this onto something and then selling it as it is. However, do this during a fixed week, because right now the Mana Reveries on a unit, or the what is Reverie Catalyst, that's what I meant to say. Reverie Catalyst on a unit, they're not as expensive right now, because because Ultra Hard Persona is a thing, and Persona Quest is being spammed a lot over here in terms of the emergency quest. So yeah, it's not as high. People will most likely buy these, but at the same time, I do need to point something out. And it's the fact that if you do plan to go heavy into affixes, you need to be aware of what's going to come in the future. And there have been talks about these abilities, and I'm going to pull it up on the screen. These fuckers right here. Now, I already knew that they're going to do something with glare, so I'm not fucking surprised about this. I knew that it was going to be a bit higher too in terms of, like, value, and it does beat an Ether Factor, for example, because it gives us all plus 40, HP plus 30, and then plus 3 PP. Now, in terms of Ether Factor, I think it gives a lot more in terms of PP, but the thing is, it's just all plus 40. This also beats Astral Soul in a sense as well, because, you know, Astral Soul is all plus 35. However, the big thing that I'm interested in is the motherfucker down there, Guardian Soul. This motherfucker can give all plus 70, HP plus 70, PP plus 7. I repeat, all plus 70, HP plus 70, PP plus 7. Sega, why the fuck you do this? Alright, so here's the thing. By all plus 70, it's referring to RST attack, RST defense. Then it also refers to the dex as well. It does not go heavy into, like, the resistances and stuff. But still, that is a fucking plus 70. You know how many abilities in-game can hit those fucking numbers? Not a fucking lot. even the pop items, they don't, I don't think they hit fucking 70. Maybe they do. Do they? I don't know. Let me find it over here. What is it? Add ability? Grand something. Let's go with Grand. Grand P should be Grand Power. This is not even a fucking 70. It's not all type 2. It's a plus 60, plus 20, plus 5. That motherfucker, that Guardian Soul, is plus 70, plus 70, plus 70 in HP, and plus 7 in PP. This thing is like, what? And if they get to have a Guardian Soul like that, what are the other abilities from here on out? Are they going to be in the high numbers too? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. I was tempted to make a bunch of other crud, especially since I've been making formulas to go above 400. I made that 421 for example, but with this Guardian Soul, just kind of toss it out of the water and be like, hey look, this thing is OP as fuck, this thing you would want to go for compared to Astral Soul now. But the question is, how do you make this fucker? I don't know how to make this fucker. Like the absolute glare, I get it, you're gonna need like a glare catalyst and then some other fancy dancy stuff that you see over there. But like the fucking Guardian Soul shit, I don't know how to make that thing. They will release more information about it in due time, but holy shit, that's like plus fucking 70, plus 70 HP, plus 7 PP. This is why I haven't been serious with my fixes, and I've been doing other things as well with my money, like doing other investments and stuff. And this is going to play a key factor into how you want to do stuff later as well. I don't know when they get to release the Guardian, so I don't know when they get released Absolute Glare, but you know, you need to know some of these things or just be aware of some things that are to come that will play a huge factor into the fixing game. Like Absolute Glare, yes, that's gonna be a new one, and that thing can pretty much be better than an Ether Factor in the sense. And also when it comes to availability, guess what, that's gonna have a lot more value too because it's the current thing. But at the same time, like, you got something like Guardian Soul, and it's like, what do you need exactly? I got a feeling they will most likely use Astral Soul because that has been diminishing in value. But holy fuck, I did not realize they could do that. And with those numbers as well, a plus 70 in all stats, what are the new abilities are going to be like from here on out? It'll still take them a year before NGS comes around the corner. Or roughly around a year. I don't know when the release date of that is. They only gave us the year. But like, holy shit, if they got something that's already at plus fucking 70, what are the other abilities from here on out? Are they gonna be at like plus 50 now? Are the pop items gonna be used this? So it's like, affixes, they don't constantly change, but when they do start to change, it's gonna be like, holy shit, this is kind of groundbreaking compared to like weapons. Weapons tend to change every goddamn week because, well, not right now. In the Japanese PSO2, it's taken a while, but in the past, they always change it up with something. And I think affixes are going to go down that same route, but affixes tend to last a lot longer before there's a huge fucking change. Like, for example, throughout episode 2 and 3, people were using that 155 formula with modulators and flints, and then some other stuff like a power and a grand pop item and all. Well, it wasn't grand power at the time, it was like a power 3, noble power and all that. So it will take a while, but still, holy fuck, that is a plus 70. That in itself, just by itself, like, if you use that and compare it to the thing that we used to do back in episode 1 and 2, that thing could do so much fucking good compared to what we had to deal with, like, in the past. Especially in episode 1 and 2, like, you could make one of those fucking easily. It's, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna end the discussion here. I'm gonna end this video here as well. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts, opinions. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, put it down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Holy fucking shit, that fucking 70.